Can I sue my employer outside of workers' compensation for my work injury? Typically, no. What Pennsylvania has done is we call it the Great Bargain. And it is a no fault state, which means that you don't have to prove that your employer was at fault, that you weren't at fault. It's a no fault state. An injury happens and it is just an injury happens. It doesn't matter who was at fault. In exchange for not having to prove fault, you cannot sue your employer outside of workers' compensation. There are some specific circumstances where you might have a third party lawsuit. So it's not a blanket rule for every case that you can't sue your employer. There's also sometimes things that pop up with employment discrimination that may eventually down the road bring a lawsuit against your employer. But you definitely want to speak to an attorney about if there are any other avenues for a third party lawsuit involved in your workers' compensation claim. But in general, you cannot bring a lawsuit against your employer when you're an employee for a work injury. That's why you go through the workers' compensation system. And no, you don't get to choose. Some people are like, well, I want to bring a lawsuit instead. No, if you're an employee, not an independent contractor, an employee, and you are hurt on the job, you go through the Pennsylvania workers' compensation system.